Hey guys, it's Sarah here and I'm doing my 28-week pregnancy vlog. I'm actually 28 weeks and 2 days today. I kind of waited because I had my OB appointment today, which I'll be talking about very shortly. Overall feeling this week, feeling relatively good. This is what I'm having to do like every 5 seconds, seriously. The biggest thing would be the breathing and hard to breathe. I know later on it gets a lot harder to breathe because baby is right up under your rib cage and you're just a lot bigger. I did not expect this at 28 weeks. It wasn't as hard with my son Jackson, and that would probably have to do with because my son was head down and now little miss is Breech. I'll be talking more about her breech position and my chances of having a VBAC shortly. But yeah, it's been really hard to breathe. Even if I lay on my side in bed, on my other side, laying on my back is totally not an option. Sitting down on the couch where I am at the moment, like laying back on the couch even is a struggle. Standing up is a struggle if I'm standing too long. It doesn't bother me when I'm exercising, which is really strange because I'm breathing obviously a lot more, but it's just in this one position. And I had my obstetrician appointment today, and sure enough, excuse me, her head is right underneath my ribs, so she's quite high, although I feel her quite low. So, and he said it's an external breech or something, I think. There's different types of breech positions. I'll have to look that up. So her legs are like, I'll show you anyway when I show you the belly shot. So that's a big symptom. Another symptom, weight gain isn't as bad this week. Phew. The last obstetrician appointment I went to, I think I was 75 kilos, and now I'm only 77, and that's still with eating breakfast and all that this morning. So I'm really happy with that. Normally I hate other people's scales, pretty much everyone does, especially doctor scales. They always seem to put on more, but that still does put me up around 13 kilos overall, which when you think about it, 13 kilos normally, it'd be like, holy moly, what are you doing? You gotta slow down, you gotta exercise, you gotta do this and that. And for me this time around, 13 kilos isn't as much as what I was put on in my first pregnancy, but still seems a lot. I mean, I've got 12 weeks to go, so I'm hoping if I only put on 6 kilos in that 12 weeks, that will still put me under 20 kilos. I mean, 20 kilos still seems a lot. But anyway, yeah, so the weight gain I'm happy with this week. And other symptoms, sleep insomnia a little bit, just if I wake up during the night. It's hard getting back to sleep. I'm getting these little sweat pimples, red pimples all on my chest here, although my face is really clear. So I don't know if they're sweat pimples or just hormonal or whatever else. I've had a cold this past week, and I tell you what, if I have to cough it up, my gag reflex is so bad. My husband thinks I'm faking it because I go so I don't throw up, but it feels like I'm wanting, so my gag reflex is really bad, really sensitive. Now I don't know if it's reflux or indigestion, but it was like that burning feeling. I think it's indigestion or reflux. No, reflux, because I think it's the acid coming out. Anyway, so I've had that a little bit, but I haven't actually had it enough to really think, oh, is this the type of food that I'm eating that's making me this way? No stretch marks as of yet, and still no line. So I'm going to get straight into my appointment with my obstetrician because it's quite a lot to talk about. So I go in there and they do blood pressure and everything else, and everything's good there. And you know, the nurse asked me, oh, how's everything going? I'm like, well, it's really hard to breathe. I'm pretty sure she's still in breech position. We go in the ultrasound, and sure enough, she's in breech position. So talking about that, I said, okay, so talking about breech position with my OB, this is what I'm about to get into. I said, so if she's in breech position, do you deliver breech babies naturally? He's like, yes, I do, but not after if you've had a cesarean. So that's strike one. And I know she has time to turn around. He said, don't stress. A lot of babies turn after 28 weeks or whatever. It's after 34 weeks that, you know, you go down the percentage. It's like 4% of ladies have breech babies by the end of it. And I'm sure enough, I'm sure I'm going to have that breech baby by the end of it. Because I want my VBAC so bad, but no, she's not going to cooperate. And anyway, so that's strike one. Strike two is, he said that, you know, with a cesarean, you can have one problem. Like if you've had a cesarean first time around, then you can have one problem if you're wanting a VBAC, like going against you. And my one problem is that the cesarean, obviously there's a scar, and then there's the uterine scar. So the physical scar, which you see on the outside, isn't the problem, it's the inside. So that could like rupture, and he doesn't want that. So the more strain and pressure and stress and everything on the baby and on me and on my uterus is really bad. So if she's breech, then yes, it's not good. Another thing is he can't turn her at once she's breech. He could if I was first time around mum going in for a natural delivery, or if I had a natural delivery for my first baby and everything was fine and he could still try and turn her, but he said no, not this time around. If she's breech, you were getting a plan like a C-section. So that's not looking good, because I know two ladies in my prenatal class, their babies are breech and they're at 37 weeks. So I'm like, because he's like, there's only 4%. I'm like, well, I met two yesterday. You know, what are the chances? So that kind of really does suck. I really want my VBAC. If you don't know what VBAC means, it means, excuse me, vaginal birth after cesarean. What else? And in regards to my first labour and delivery with my son Jackson, I quizzed him more about what could have been done in my first, like prevented me from having that C-section, and I think a lot could have been done. I asked him about me not dilating and why doesn't one dilate, and he said there's numerous factors, but you know, one of them is that you could be contracting, and your contractions can actually be as intense as someone who is at 10 centimeters, but I was only at 3. So even though I was at 3 centimeters, he said, you know, more than likely you were having as intense contractions as that person of a 10 centimeter. It's just that it's not in the area that the contractions aren't dilating you in that area where it's supposed to. It's either somewhere else or something. So I'm still getting the physical intensity of the contractions. It's just not working. And he said that, you know, pretty much if I was in his care first time around, I think things could have been a lot different. I would have been checked every 4 hours. Instead I was sent home for like 12 hours and they hadn't checked me, and it was a public system and now I'm private, so I'm fingers crossed he knows what he's doing and he'll look at the signs. But you know, yeah, so thinking back of it, like he said don't look back because we're moving forward and it's a different scenario now and blah blah blah. So he said just to, you know, try and stay positive. So pretty much, yeah, if you've had a C-section first time around, you're wanting a VBAC, it is possible, but my chances are getting lower by the week with her being in breech. So in 3 weeks time, I'm seeing him again, and he's going to be doing a growth check of her, just to see, kind of giving us an indication on where she's at and maybe a prediction of what size she'll be. I'm only measuring in my fundal height a week ahead. So I was always measuring like 2-3 weeks ahead with my son Jackson. That's probably because of my weight gain maybe. I was a lot bigger with him at this point, so I don't know if that's got to do with it. Who knows? So yeah, that's 3 weeks time, so it'll be 31 weeks. Exciting! I got my baby shower invite, so I'm going to cover up my details. Obviously I don't want you weirdos calling me or finding out addresses and stuff. So that's it there, because my theme in my room is going to be butterflies. So it says, a little daughter and baby sister is on the way for Sarah, Wade and Jackson. Please join them to celebrate their sprinkle shower, because the sprinkle shower is what you have second time round. Sunday the 14th of April, which is my birthday this year at 11 AM at the address, which isn't actually at my house anyway, it's like far away, at my parents' place. It says, for your convenience, Sarah and Wade are registered at Toys R Us. RSVP by this day, and it says please refer to the back for details. So this is the back of it, and it says registry on arrival at Toys R Us, present this number and staff will help to direct you to the essential items we would love our baby girl to have. Target gift vouchers are also desirable if you are unable to reach a Toys R Us store. About the shower, please bring a photo of yourself as a baby, because this will be part of the game. Children are welcome, as Jackson will be there, but if you want to kick up your feet for the afternoon and treat yourself to some you time, I am sure the other half sitter would love some bonding time with their little one. Last but not least, I can't wait to see you and hope you can make this special day. So I had to kind of put a lot of things on the invitation so it's clear on what people are to be doing. The second time round, I set up a registry because I have a lot of things. But don't you think the design is so cute? Yes. I actually got this on Etsy. I ordered it on that website, and it was only like $14.95, and that's just for the template. And then it was like $23 to print these out. So all up with envelopes and things like that, it was probably $40 to print out over 20. So I'm like stoked about that. That was like, and as easy as, and it was all done within a week. So if you're looking for invitations, go on Etsy, and it's amazing some of the things that people make and put on there. Last but not least, belly shot. Okay. There she is, at 28 weeks. I've noticed this time round that the love handles are definitely there, more so than last time. Apparently you can use BB cream. Brownie Brown, the lady that I watch, uses BB cream on her stretch marks, and it was like all airbrushed away pretty much. So I'm going to try that if I ever go like to the beach or whatever. So yep, there she is. And the belly button, I swear, I play with it all the time. It's like, I don't know, I'm not going to describe it, but it's really cool to play with. Definitely an outie. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, and please leave any comments below, and if you've had a VBAC, please tell me your story, because I'd love to know any hints, or maybe if you had a breech baby and you turned her around somehow, or little hints like tips like that to get her to be turned around. That would be totally awesome. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.